Happy 4th of July, everyone. This is Mike Cricket 113. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about FRS radios. This one here is a Cobra Micro Talk. It's FRS and GMRS capable. Just recently, as 2017 or 18, the FCC allowed FRS radios to be used in businesses who don't want to apply for a business ban, and boosted their wattage up to 2 watts on certain channels or frequencies that are allocated for FRS. These radios that you get in the stores, Walmart or Target or Best Buy and whatnot, they are rated for FRS GMRS, but you need a license for the GMRS section. You can apply on the FCC. It's $80. Lasts for 10 years, and not only you, but any of your extended family can use that call sign that they give you, which you do get a call sign. But anyway, for all you CB enthusiasts, or maybe you're not a radio enthusiast, but you want to keep in communication with your family, FRS radios are the way to go. They use the UHF spectrum, right around 462 megahertz and above, and they're channels that are assigned to the FRS GMRS radio spectrum. You get 22 channels. FRS technically is like about 15 it was back in the day, I think, but you can look it up online, Google it. But they're great radios. Now, they overestimate the range of these, and I have to explain this to you. So think about it this way: if you and your buddy are in a boat, and then you have a party with you of some friends of yourselves in another boat on a on the ocean, and the ocean's calm, and say your other friends are 20 miles away, there's no high waves, clear day, whatever, then yeah, you could talk 20 miles, no problem. Some of these are rated, they say, for 35 miles, and if that be the condition, then yeah, you could do that. Or maybe if you were on top of a mountain and your buddy was 30 miles down the mountain out, and you had a clear line of sight, then yeah, maybe that would work, especially since you have he might hear you because you're higher up, because height is might. But in a normal situation, like most of us who live in a suburban environment or even a city environment, city is going to be a little less reception, maybe a quarter mile to a half a mile, maybe 20 blocks, something like that. But in a urban environment or suburban environment, you know, I could usually, in my area, I could usually get anywhere between 1 and 3 miles of range out of these things. Now, FRS radios are limited to, you can only have the certain antenna that goes with the radio. You can't modify it. And the applied wattage, the low power is half a watt, and high power is 2 watts. These radios, this particular brand, or particular model, I should say, I think it's a 645, has weather radio capability. It has CT, CS tones, and DCS tones, which you can keep it private. I know in my neighborhood there's some kids that talk on channel 2, and I don't hear them come in because they don't have their tone set. A lot of people, when they get these radios, and they are capable of having tones, squelch tones, they don't set them because they don't know any better. So you have to understand, just like CBs, this is not a private conversation. and you will have interference, but you can limit that interference if you pick your own tones. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about it, and they're great. They're fun for adults when they're hiking and camping, fishing. If you're out in the yard and the wife's inside and you want to keep touch with each other, that's great too. If you're going on a walk around the neighborhood and you want to keep, your XYL know where you are, and you guys can talk on the way. That works great for that. It works great for kids out playing in the yard or whatever. Or say your kids are out playing with the neighbors down the street. You give them a radio. Mom has one, and then you guys can communicate. Especially if they're young, and you're not giving them a cell phone at this point in their life. Also, these are great for community watch groups to keep communication when you're on patrol. So, and businesses use them. I know a bunch of businesses in the area use them. Also, those Flagger Force guys, they use them too to keep in contact. So, yeah, they're pretty cheap. I mean, you can get them at, Walmart, starting anywhere between like $25 and up. I got 2 of these for the wife and I. We use them when we're around the house, or if I go out in the car. Sometimes I give her one, and we test the range between going through the house and through the car. Because if you're out in the open air, you're going to get better range. But yeah. So I just want to tell you about FRS radios. They're very handy, and they're the modern walkie-talkie. Unlike back in the day when I was a kid, walkie-talkies used the 27 megahertz band. Usually the realistics were on channel 14 CB band, and they had 49 megahertz ones as well. But these go a lot further, even though they do have a shorter antenna. But the wave pattern on these radios is roughly around 3 foot. So it gets through walls and windows and smaller places a little better than VHF or HF, which is your citizen band frequencies. So anyway, this is Mike Cricket 113, just promoting FRS radios to keep in communication with your family and loved ones. All right, I hope you guys have a great Independence Day, and happy 4th, everybody, and be careful with those fireworks. Been hearing a lot of them lately, so please be careful, especially if you have children around. All right, this is Mike Cricket 113, and we'll be clear.